My friends, money is not your enemy. Money is not a stranger wandering in the dark, avoiding your door. Money is a servant of spirit, a messenger of supply, a symbol of circulation. And when you call money by name, the universe obeys. For words are law. Every syllable you speak carries the vibration of command. Too many have cursed money, feared money, or chased it in desperation. And what you chase runs away. What you bless comes. What you call answers. If you call money with faith, with clarity, with love, it must appear. For money is obedient to the higher law. Tonight I will show you how to call money by name and see it respond swiftly, directly, unfailingly. The law of the spoken word over money. My friends, hear me well. The world is moved by words, not by mere chatter, not by idle speech, but by words spoken with authority, with conviction, with vision. The moment you speak with faith, you release a current into the invisible. That current races out and begins its work. The word is law. You have been taught since childhood to speak carelessly about money. You have heard it said, money doesn't grow on trees. You have heard we can't afford that. You have heard it's too hard to make a living. These phrases are not innocent. They are not harmless. They are chains. Every time you speak them, you carve grooves in your subconscious, and the subconscious obeys the command. It says, yes, master, money is hard. Yes, master, money is scarce. Yes, master, lack must be your lot. And the universe mirrors it. But tonight I tell you a greater truth. You are the lawgiver of your own world. You are the one who writes the decree that money must follow. The very dollars in circulation listen for the vibration of your call. And when you call in the right way, money cannot refuse you. Consider this. A shepherd stands upon a hill, and his sheep graze scattered across the meadow. Yet when he calls, they lift their heads. They hear the voice that owns them, and they come. So it is with money. It is grazing across the fields of the world, on every desk, in every vault, in every hand. But when you call, if your voice carries the note of authority, money must turn and move toward you. How do you call it? Not with whining, not with begging, not with fear. You call it with certainty, with the tone of one who knows they are heir to abundance. You speak as though the matter is settled, because in truth, it is settled. Supply already exists. The river is already flowing. You are not asking it to be created. You are commanding it to appear where you are. Some will say, but I have worked, and the money does not come. And I answer, it is not toil that brings supply. Toil without right words is wasted. You may dig trenches with your hands, and still go home empty, if your mouth has cursed your fortune. But one decree spoken in faith can open a storehouse larger than a lifetime of struggle. You may say, I cannot believe that words alone have power. Yet look at your own life. Trace the line of your days, and you will see that what you continually spoke has become your environment. The man who forever says, I can't afford it, lives in a small circle of lack. The woman who says, everything works out for me, finds doors swinging open before she reaches them. Speech is seed, and the harvest is certain. I tell you this, money is not deaf. Money is not blind. It is a living vibration, a servant of spirit, a carrier of energy. It responds to tone, to intent, to decree. You do not have to chase it down the street. You have to summon it to your house. You do not have to plead with the banker. You have to speak to the ethers. When you rise in the morning, declare aloud, money, you are obedient to me. Money, you come quickly, richly, and endlessly. Money, you are here to serve the good in my life, and you never fail. Do not whisper it as though you are afraid. Speak it as though you were a king or queen commanding their realm. Stand tall, breathe deep, and let your voice ring with authority. For the law does not move at the sound of doubt. It moves at the sound of certainty. Some of you may laugh. Some of you may say, how can such simple words shift the mighty currents of finance? But I say, try it. Prove the law. This universe has no respect for opinions, only for demonstration. If you speak as I tell you, and you do it with unwavering faith, money will appear by paths you never traced. A forgotten debt will be repaid. A new client will arrive. An opportunity will knock. A gift will be given. The law does not fail. What fails is the speaker's faith. They utter the words one night, and when no miracle falls by morning, they withdraw their decree. They say, see, it does not work, and so they plant doubt in the soil of their own harvest. But the one who persists, the one who stands firm, saying day by day, money is obedient to my word, money comes at my call, will surely see the proof. Understand this, Money itself has no will. It is not moral. It is not immoral. It is not good. It is not evil. It is neutral, like electricity. Electricity will light your house, or it will burn it to the ground. It depends on how you direct it. So with money, it is a power placed in your hands, and your words are the switch. With careless words, you short the circuit. With deliberate words, you light the whole city. Tonight, you may begin anew. Tonight, you may reverse every careless decree you have ever spoken. Do not fear that your past words have bound you beyond redemption, for one strong word of truth can uproot 1,000 weeds of error. Declare with me, I now loose all false words about money. I now command only abundance, only increase, only flow. Money, I call you by name, and you come in peace, in joy, in perfect supply. And as you speak, feel the shift within you. The tightness of fear begins to melt. The anxiety of lack begins to dissolve. For you are standing in your true place, as the one who commands, not the one who begs. You will see that when your words change, your world changes. People will speak differently to you. Offers will be made that never appeared before. What you once thought impossible will come knocking like an old friend. Remember this forever. You are not chasing money. You are not running after supply. You are standing still, and supply is running after you. Your only task is to call it rightly. Speak the word of power, and let the universe obey. Calling money by its true nature. My friends, to master this law, you must not only speak, but you must speak correctly. For many do speak, yet they speak falsely, and their words bind them in chains of their own making. You must call money by its true nature. If you call it falsely, it will treat you falsely. If you call it rightly, it will come in right ways. Too long, people have called money the root of all evil. They have called it dirty. They have called it hard to come by. And because they have cursed it, it has fled from them. What you condemn cannot serve you. What you despise cannot bless you. And what you fear cannot obey you. Money is not evil. The misuse of money is evil. Money in the hands of the wise is a blessing. Money in the hands of the generous is a river of good. Money in the hands of one who loves truth builds schools, shelters the poor, spreads light, and carries the message of spirit to the ends of the earth. Do not curse what God has created to serve you. Bless it, honor it, and call it rightly. When you look at money, do not say, "This is hard-earned." Do not say, "This is scarce." Say instead, "This is divine substance in visible form. This is circulation, ever-flowing, ever-increasing. This is spirit in action, clothed in green, clothed in gold, clothed in silver." See money as a stream, not a stone. See it as moving, not fixed. For the stream that flows toward you will flow through you, and the more freely you let it circulate, the more richly it returns. Hear me well, you cannot hoard your way into abundance. The miser's chest is always small. The fearful hand clutches its coin, and that coin becomes the measure of its world, small, hard, cold. But the open hand, the generous heart, the one who calls money by its true name, lives in an ever-widening circle of supply. You must practice the art of speaking to money directly. Tonight, when you are alone, close your eyes and imagine the atmosphere filled with bills, filled with coins, filled with golden streams. Then speak aloud, with authority. Money, you belong to me. You are obedient to my call. You come in abundance, under grace, in perfect ways. You circulate richly, endlessly, joyfully through my life. Say it until you feel the weight of truth in your chest. Say it until the fear melts away. Say it until the words no longer feel strange, but natural, inevitable, certain. For once your subconscious accepts the command, the outer world has no choice but to reflect it. Do not be deceived by appearances. You may speak this word while your purse is empty, while your debts loom, while your circumstances shout lack. But remember, appearances are shadows. The word is substance. When you declare the truth, you plant the seed of supply, and the harvest must come. Many will say, "But I am in debt. How can I call money mine?" And I answer, it is precisely in debt that you must call it. For if you wait until the purse is full before you speak abundance, you will wait forever. Speak when the purse is empty, and you will fill it. Speak when the cupboard is bare, and you will stock it. Speak when the balance is red, and you will see it turn to black. The word creates the condition. It is not dependent upon the condition. You must also call money with joy. Do not call it with worry. Do not call it with bitterness. The anxious call is not a true call. It is a repellent. The bitter word is not a magnet. It is a wall. Call money as a friend, not as a thief. Call it as a servant, not as a master. Call it with thanksgiving, not with complaint. Say, money, I welcome you. Money, I rejoice in your presence. Money, you are the symbol of the divine flow in my life, and I honor you as such. And when money comes, bless it. Do not sigh and say, it is too little. Do not look with resentment at the bill in your hand. Bless every dollar as if it were 10,000. Give thanks for the small and the great will come. He who is faithful in little will be given much. Another truth you must know. Money comes by channels. Do not dictate the channel. Do not say it must come by this job, this deal, this one person. Leave the channels open. The universe has 1,000 unseen messengers. Your word does not need to instruct the how, it only needs to declare the what. The law will choose the path. Perhaps a forgotten account will be uncovered. Perhaps a stranger will become your benefactor. Perhaps a sudden idea will flash in your mind, and that idea will become gold. Your task is not to plan, but to proclaim. Speak the decree, then step aside and allow the infinite to weave the tapestry of its delivery. And when the supply comes, as surely it will, do not hoard it in fear. Use it with wisdom, but use it, circulate it with trust, and it will return multiplied. The water that stagnates becomes foul, the river that flows grows wide. Money is circulation, and the more freely it moves, the stronger the current. Therefore, practice this. Each day, bless money as it comes and as it goes. Say, I give with joy, and it returns multiplied. I spend with freedom, and it returns in increase. I receive with gratitude, and it multiplies again. This threefold blessing, giving, spending, receiving, keeps you in the rhythm of the law. Some may ask, but is it not selfish to call money? I answer no. It is selfish to starve the world of your service. When you are free of lack, you can give freely, you can create, you can uplift. Poverty does not serve God. Abundance does. The beggar cannot build hospitals, the starving cannot feed nations, but the one who calls money rightly can bless multitudes. I say to you tonight, call money by name, and it will answer. Call it as your servant, not your master. Call it as divine circulation, not material bondage. Call it with joy, not with fear. Call it in faith, not in doubt. And watch how the doors open, the paths clear, the channels widen. Remember this eternal law. The universe obeys your call. Money is waiting for your voice. Speak, and it shall appear. Command, and it shall obey. Declare, and it shall flow. So stand now in the authority of your word, and say with me, money, I call you. Money, you hear me. Money, you come now richly, freely, abundantly, in perfect ways. You serve me, you bless me, you multiply for me, and you never fail. And it is so.